Hello, you guys. She Loves God here. This video is about the topic of materialism. Not the type of materialism like you're into fashion and clothes and, you know, physical things. We're talking about the type of materialism that atheists believe in. And here's one definition I found of materialism. This is the doctrine that everything is either made of only matter or is ultimately dependent upon matter for its existence and nature. This most often comes up with questions about the mind. Are mental events material or themselves the result of matter? So are mental events and me having a thought, the thought for me to make this video, is that material or was it the result of matter? When, matter working around and having me make this video. Or are they the result of something immaterial, like a soul? So the opposite of material is immaterial. Atheists, of course, are material. Christians are immaterial and material. Atheists are usually materialists of some sort, rejecting the idea that there exists anything independent of the workings of matter and energy. Indeed, materialism entails atheism unless a person believes in a purely physical God, which doesn't seem like which doesn't seem very God-like. The God has to be material, he has to be handmade, not much for God. But my problem with that is that there are some non-material, immaterial, philosophical and metaphysical concepts that atheists often use. I'll just name four of them: truth, reason, logic, and message. Let's say I say God's real, and they say God's not real. And their argument is that's not true. And my question is, what's truth? Is that what material is truth made out of? There's a periodic table of elements, and they tell you what every single thing of the known Earth, the known universe is made of. One of these materials on the periodic table of elements. My question is, what element is truth made out of? For you to say that that's not true, but there's a God. Reason. What element is reason made out of? Logic. When is that? So it's illogical. Christianity is illogical. It's unreasonable. What matter is that made of? Somebody tell me what periodic table of elements matter is reason, logic, and truth made of. And then there's message. I'll tell you what I mean by message. Message is, for example, let's say I write a letter that says "I love you." Let's say I get some red ink on a white sheet of paper. Both materials, red ink and white paper, are materials, and I just write out words, little symbols, curves and lines, stuff like that. Vertical line, horizontal line, lines and circles and curves. Is basically what letters are. But yet, just with these materials, their mind can reason and say, there's a message in it. Instead of saying, oh, it's a bunch of curved red letters on a white sheet of paper. Message is that it shows that, there's more to life than just matter. I'll read what I wrote back years ago. First of all, there is a message in life that is technically called specified complexity. An example of the concept of message is that you all are getting the message of this post, my writing, even though it is nothing more than letters and colors. That's all it is. It's material, says the atheist. Yet you all can see and feel exactly what I feel. If I call you a bitch, curse you out, and say your mother's a bitch, you're going to feel some kind of way. But yet, how can curves and letters on a sheet of paper make you feel some kind of way, make you feel offended, if it's just everything's just atoms? And if you get angry, what atom is that made of? What matter is anger made out of? What material, what element is anger made out of? No one can tell you. You get the message, and the matter of atoms can explain how you can interpret the message of this post. If I put "I hate you" or "your mother is a bitch," how can you? Who helped you get that? Understand that message? My message cannot be explained by non-intelligent laws, such as the message of the books I read cannot be explained by the non-intelligent laws of ink and paper. There's no law of ink. See, materialists believe everything is explained by science. and yet are by laws, and science is governed by laws, right? But yet there's no law of ink and paper, but yet you can understand and determine what I'm saying. So that's one thing materialists have a problem with. Another issue materialists have a problem with is the matter of unconsciousness. They can't explain, materialists cannot explain to you why one body can be dead and another one can be alive and another one can be unconscious. Why another one can be asleep. They're like, they have a problem. They said they're made of the same exact chemical. Misty dead is the same chemical as Misty alive. But yet there's a difference, you know. Misty unconscious is the same as Misty awake. Yet materialists have great difficulty, great challenge explaining consciousness. They don't understand. Another thing that's strange, this whole truth thing. If mental processes are nothing more than chemical reactions in our brains, there's no reason to believe that anything is true. Because truth has to be made of a periodic table of elements. What element is truth made of? And then, who even cares? If we're just a bunch of atoms floating around, we just evolved from, primordial slime, and we just evolved, and why do we even care, though? Are monkeys sitting there thinking, what's true and what's false? Are monkeys on the internet making YouTube videos about what's true and what's false? Do they even care? But yet, we're from them, they say, evolutionists will say. But yet, they can care less. Why do we care so much about it? Why do we care so much? That's something to think about. The reason is because God makes you care. How can you reason? How can something mindless make something mindful? How can something unconscious make something conscious? How can something dead make something alive? Let's put it this way. Can a dead mother and a dead father get together and make a living, thinking, breathing baby? No way. There's no way a dead matter, just a universe of just plain matter, can make an unthinking universe and make thinking people, a dead universe and make living people, an unbreathing universe making breathing people. It has to come from somebody else. It has to come from the top base. From the top base. There has to be a God who's thinking, who's living, and he can bring life into other things. Like, Adam and Eve, he was formed by the dust of the ground, God formed him, and he breathed into him the breath of life. Life has to come from life. You cannot get life from something dead. I don't care how much Viagra you give a dead man, he would not impregnate a dead woman. I don't care how much you do, it won't work. He has to be living and she has to be living in order to make a baby. And so a dead universe cannot make a mindless universe cannot make a thinking person. The fact that we even have these discussions means we were given a mind. A mind has to be passed down to you from somebody who's thinking. So this video again is about materialism. The atheists have a problem explaining these immaterial concepts such as truth, reason, logic, and message. Please leave your comments. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.